Hey guys, this is KyuB, and welcome to another battle I had on Pokemon Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, obviously. We are playing against Slendermeng today for another person who was fairly prominent with my stream stuff when that was possible. And of course I found the battle through Twitter stuff, so if you would like to play me at any time, then just follow me on there, and when I ask for battles, speak up. Because that's kind of how these things are getting done. So, I basically made this team when I was like, hey, Dragalge's pretty cool, let's try and use Dragalge, right? You know, because it's got its new ability and everything. And I never really got around to using it at all. I saw a couple of people trying to use it, but in multis it just wasn't very good because it was too slow. Another Pokemon kind of on a similar vein to that was Kyurem Black, who I've always found as a weird sort of anomaly to be allowed in overused games. I know it's not the greatest of Pokemon in the end because it's poorly shallow, you know, but I was running sort of calcs on it, and I was seeing that it could basically two-shot Skarmory with a Choice Band Outrage. I don't think it can do that with every EV spread, but I saw that and I was like, what the hell is this thing doing in OU? You know? That just seems kind of ridiculous, that if it can two-shot the most defensive resist, like, ever. I don't know, like, I've never really seen it do too much, because I've barely ever seen it at all, but it just seems so bizarre to be allowed in the tier. So this team was basically designed to take advantage of that and go, well, I have two ridiculously powerful dragon type wall breaker stuff here. The team is very slow, so Celebi does actually have Thunder Wave, although I don't think I used it this game. So, you know, there is that. Nick's team over there is fairly strong offensive side. I was thinking the Slowbro was first thing I expect with a Slowbro is a Carmine style thing, because Carmine maybe rest sleep talk sort of thing is very nasty to go against. It you can't crit it, and it's got almost impervious physical defense. If it's got rest, you can't toxic stall it, so I was thinking that would be pretty dangerous. Otherwise, Azumarill could do some good work, because two of his mons are very weak to that, and, you know, Bishop is decent against it, but if I have Superpower, then it doesn't want to switch in, that's for sure. I knew with Azelf being on the team that he'd basically be starting with that, so I planned accordingly. So let's go. So like I said, he is going to lead with that Azelf, so I go straight with the Azumarill here, because Azumarill is pretty cool and does a decent job of staving off Azelf. It can't stop it setting up the Stealth Rock, so we do have rocks up at the beginning of this game, unfortunately, but it can go straight for the knockoff. If it's not Focus Sash, he gets the kill. If it is Focus Sash, leaving it at 1 HP is still pretty good. And he kind of predicts the Aqua Jet, and rightfully so, so we do see Slowbro coming in here. And, well, I wasn't going to take the chance. I was basically just going to go straight with the Aqua Jet, because I didn't want to take Explosion or any silly, you know, shenanigans like that. And I can always get Stealth Rock up to basically shut down that Azelf from ever coming back in and stop it from being a threat. So there is that. Now, I guess he was probably predicting Dragalge or something to come in here, because he goes for the Psyshock. And really, this should have tipped me off a little bit. You can tell in these games I don't play that often, because I wasn't thinking, oh, it's got Psyshock, then it's probably offensive. And, you know, probably just like free attack slack off or something like that. And I essentially just go for the Stealth Rock here. I knew Bishop was probably going to come in. I don't actually have anything for Bishop on this Celebi, so I just went for the obvious move I could do, and it goes for the Pursuit, which is fine. I actually do live this Pursuit. I was kind of impressed with that. Celebi's got really nice Bog, and Azumarill can handily threaten knockout against Bishop at any point that it chooses. So Bishop's like, I don't want any of that shenanigans, there's a golden bunny over there, who cares about golden bunnies, and he sacks Diaz off. Basically getting a free switch into Slowbro, if that is what is desired. I went for the knockoff because pretty much anything that would want to come in would get punished by that. And it actually turns out to be Raikou that he brings in instead. Now, I'm Assault Vested, so I'm thinking I can take Volt Switch, no problem. Turns out it goes for the T-Bolt, and I still take it, so that's pretty cool. And knockoff gets rid of leftovers, so it wasn't a Choice Specs one. And for some reason he stays in, I guess just sacking Raikou at this point. Raikou maybe didn't do too much against my team, but still would have liked to have had it. And, well, Diggersby coming in basically tells me it definitely has Quick Attack and definitely wants to use it right now. So this is as good a chance as any to go to Gliscor, make sure that I don't get the knockoff against me if I switch it into Bishop anymore, so that's always good. The damage here in retrospect is pretty high. I didn't really look at the Life Orb at the time for some reason. I was actually thinking Choice Band. Yes, I'm SMRT indeed. Good Simpsons reference that, by the way. And I just went for the knockoff because, again, anything that came in wouldn't appreciate it too much. I mean, Slowbro is the best thing to take it, obviously, but even it didn't appreciate it that much. So I go into Celebi as a sacrifice here, and that is exactly what it is. So Scald comes out. I didn't want anything else to risk a burn, so Celebi sacking here. It wasn't really too good against most of the team at this point. I mean, it was too weak for Diggersby to do anything, so to stop Diggersby, and Bishop obviously walls it entirely, so there is that. And well, I needed an opportunity to get this thing in. Unfortunately, Dragalge is ultra slow and tends to get OHKO'd by most of his team, and I missed a freaking Draco. That would have definitely pretty much killed Bishop there, and that was super annoying. I'm sitting here thinking, oh my god, the one time that I use it, the first time that I use freaking Dragalge for anything, and it lets me down. Good job, Dragalge. The amount of 90% like hit rates that I've missed with in my previous times is just crazy high. It's painful. Anyway, I didn't really know exactly what was going to happen with stuff here, so I just went for the Roost because I needed to keep the Scizor alive here. It is a bulky Swords Dance Scizor, this one, so that's exactly what I'm going to go for. I know he's going to go for the Slack Off, and I also know that Knockoff really isn't going to do much damage. Knockoff is pretty much all I've got going for me on this thing. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to kill this, I need to get to at least +4 and hope that I don't get burned. I didn't really have anything I wanted to switch into this, so I was thinking, let's see what it does now. But it goes to the Fire Blast, and that was unexpected, to say the least. I did not expect to get nuked by a Fire Blast there. However, Slowbro is basically the perfect time to bring in Iodine, so Dragalge does actually land the Draco this time, and this thing is freaking brutal. I know Slowbro's not very good special defense stuff, but it just wipes it off the face of the earth here. So Diggersby comes on back in, and I'm like, okay, Dragalge can't switch in against anything now, and pretty much everything on his team can one-shot it. So even at -2, I'm like, I'm just gonna sack it, and see if I get a Draco off, that's great. And he goes to the Swords Dance. So Swords Dance Life Orb Diggersby could have definitely swept me, but this Draco hits, and it gets the OHKO, even at -2. Dragalge putting in work. MVP most definitely. So at this point is like, okay, enough of this bullcrap, I'm gonna send out this thing. And I actually didn't know exactly how much this would do, but obviously it's Sheer Force Landorus, it's most likely a Life Orb, and yeah, stab, super effective hit. Even Dragalge's not taking that. So I actually forgot that most Landorus would run Focus Blast, and so I kind of brought this in going, hey yo, this could totally take a hit, right? And then, yeah, but As it turns out, the Focus Blast misses kind of payback for the Draco earlier on. I get a crit that did not make any difference whatsoever. In fact, he probably just killed it 2.5 times over instead, so you know, there is that. And then, this is just how much power Kyurem has. I know Bishop doesn't tend to invest in HP in that very often, but it does like 90% with friggin' resisted outrage on the higher defense stat than Bishop. Bishop's defense is like base 100 or something. It's actually fairly high. So that was kind of ridiculous. And yeah, Bishop's actually faster than my pretty much uninvested Glace score. I think that actually shows it's Jolly rather than Adamant, because I'm pretty sure I EV'd to outspeed Adamant Bishop, but that was obviously thing that outspeed me. And we win as a 2-0 because I still had a Zoomerl left as well, I think. I actually saved the Zoomerl for the potential threat of Landorus. Like, Landorus was precisely why I still had the Zoomerl. I was like, okay, I need to make sure that I have a switch in for that thing, because it'll kill me otherwise. And yeah, that was pretty much it. So, good game, Slender. Hopefully we'll have another one at some time in the future. And yeah, if you guys have enjoyed the battle, then make sure to follow me on the Twitters, and of course here as well, if you like, on YouTube's. And we'll try and get some more of these done as often as we can. Hopefully we'll get 1 or 2 a week. I don't know how many new like players and stuff we'll get for things that way, but hey, if you follow me on stuff, then maybe you'll be in one of these as well. So until then, take care, and I shall see you guys next time.